The wind outside was fierce, but the lobby of Belgrave Industries was still and quiet until the phone rang. It was 6:47 a.m., too early for most of the executives to have arrived. The receptionist was late, the janitor had stepped out, and yet someone picked up the call. A girl, maybe 10, thin jacket, frayed sneakers, holding a worn-out backpack. "Guten Morgen," she said crisply into the handset. "Wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?" The man who had just walked in, tall, silver-haired, tailored coat, froze in place. It was his office, and she had just answered his phone. "Why is there a child at my company?" he thought. But he didn't say a word. He just listened. She scribbled something quickly on a notepad, her German fluid and polite. Then, in accented English, she said, "Mr. Schneider will return your call after 9 a.m. Thank you." She hung up gently. He stepped forward. "Who are you?" The girl turned, startled. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. I just didn't want the call to be missed." He stared at her. "Do you work here?" She shook her head. "No, sir. I was waiting for my mother. She's the night cleaner. She had to finish one last floor, and I promised to wait quietly." The CEO, Richard Belgrave, looked at the tattered backpack on the floor, the library books spilling from it. Her name tag from school read, Annika T. Müller. "You speak German?" he asked, still stunned. "My Oma raised me," she said. "She used to be a translator. I listened to her so much. It just stayed with me." There was a pause. Then he did something she didn't expect. He smiled. "Come with me." The next morning, reporters were camped outside Belgrave HQ. Headlines read, "Millionaire CEO offers internship to 10-year-old girl after one phone call." But the real story hadn't made the papers. After that moment in the lobby, Richard Belgrave had walked her to his office, sat her down, asked about her life, her dreams. Annika told him she wanted to be a writer, or a diplomat, or maybe someone who just helps others talk when they don't understand each other. "People listen more when they understand," she said simply. He'd nodded slowly, like he'd just heard something far more profound than in any boardroom meeting. She stayed the rest of the morning. He gave her hot chocolate, a notepad, and an old company tablet. By the end of the day, she'd translated 3 voicemails and helped a German client schedule a call. "She's brilliant," the secretary whispered to him, "and polite. She even thanked the vending machine." That night, Richard called a friend at the international school, arranged a scholarship, quietly, no cameras. The next day, Annika and her mother were invited back. This time, they were met at the entrance by the CEO himself. He handed her a letter and said, "We'd like to invest in your future." Her mother wept. Annika stared at the letter, not fully understanding yet, but she would. And over the months that followed, Annika flourished. She started school with new books, a clean uniform, and more than anything, a chance. But what truly moved people came a year later. At the company's annual gala, the CEO took the stage. Instead of the usual profit graphs and investor talk, he held up Annika's notepad. On it, a quote she had once scribbled when she thought no one was watching. "Sometimes the smallest voice can answer the biggest call." And with tears in his eyes, he said, "A little girl reminded me of that." She didn't ask for anything. She just stepped forward when something needed to be done. That moment changed him, and his company. They started a youth mentorship program, hired overlooked talent, listened more. And Annika? She's still the girl who reads 3 books a week, hugs her mom tight, and never forgets to say thank you. But now, the world knows her name. Because one quiet act of kindness in a cold lobby changed everything.